Hello and welcome to another edition of Shoe City Scoop. I'm your host, Mayor Bill Carpenter. I recently had the opportunity to tour the Gilmore Early Childhood Center with Superintendent of Schools Kathleen Smith. We're doing some great work there with some of our most challenged children. Join us for a tour through the school and an opportunity to sit down and chat with a few of the students.
We love having the mayor and the superintendent at the Gilmore. We're an early childhood center. We have 19 classrooms here. We have 15 pre-K classrooms, children who are 3 and 4 years old. There are 15 children in inclusion class, up to 9 in a substantially separate class, diverse needs of children. We also do all our screening. If there's a concern, a parent has a concern, we're the place to call. Any simple concern, my child's not talking, call the school. We do an assessment. We have the whole process happens right here at the Gilmore, and then they feed into the classrooms. We also have 4 kindergartens, which has been an awesome addition to the Gilmore. We love having kindergarten students.
Yeah.
We have 3 and 4 year olds, but then with needed space for kindergartens, we had 3 last year. We've got an additional one this year. And they're a great fit here. We love having them here. So we have about 370 children here today.
Wow.
It could be 371 tomorrow.
That's right. Or later today.
Exactly, Mayor Carpenter, exactly. Because children come in, and enrollment admission as they turn 3 or identify with a disability. We just had an open house. 180 parents came with their children, and we're going to start the peer process for September. In May, we do our screening, and we'll fill every seat.
Can you explain the peer process to parents?
Sure. We have children with and without disabilities, and the children without disabilities are called peers. They used to use the term model,
Yes.
but model had a standard. Who was 3 and 4 year old who's a model?
Right.
So we have peers, good social skills, good play skills, good behavior, and they're in an inclusion classroom with children with some developmental delays or communication delays. And it's a 5-day program starting next year, half sessions, 2.5 hours in the morning or 2.5 hours in the afternoon. The children come in for a screening. It's a simple checklist. They play with a group of children. We see how they handle leaving their parents, how they handle just playing, language skills, and then parents come in, they fill out all their paperwork for the Parent Information Center, and we start school in September. And we try to have 8 peers in every classroom when we start. So we fill every seat. The other part of the piece is the 7 special ed children. They fill in all year long as they're identified. So in the end, the goal is to have 15 children in every classroom.
Every class.
And when you talk about the Gilmore, you mentioned earlier you've got extended day in the afternoon this year, or noon.
Yeah, we have extended day in the morning and the afternoon. We're having a summer program. We have a substantially separate special ed program here in the summer. We've always had that. But this year, through extended day, the extended day program, we're going to try to feed in and extend the Gilmore Kitty Camp. So Community Schools has been wonderful trying to get us to grow here. So we'll have an inclusion program here in the summer, too. We're very excited about that.
I've got to tell you, Superintendent, my grandson was a student here a couple of years ago as a 4-year-old, and it was a great experience for him. He developed tremendously over the course of a year, and they really got him ready for kindergarten the next year. So it was just in my own family, we've had a very positive experience here.
It's great to hear.
Yeah.
We are the foundation. We explain to parents, we're the foundation for Brockton Public Schools, and you need a strong foundation.
You like to play with Play-Doh here? Okay, how about Coda? What's your favorite thing about the Gilmore School?
When the month.
When he's learning the months.
When you're learning the months of the year?
Can you tell us the months? You seem to really like the months.
Yeah, that must be something recent. We'll get you, bud.
Baby
I'll get you a minute, bud.
dinosaur.
Listen.
It's just a baby dinosaur, baby dinosaur. And mom did, and that's how it can.
Excellent.
Nice job. Nice
What
job.
a great job, Coda.
Nice job. Which month?
October.
October.
I can sing you the part of the song of that. My sister and I was part, all of it. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August,
Keep going.
September,
September.
October.
October, and November and December.
Very good. A
There we go.
song.
Nice
This is
job.
a treat. Thank you. Very good.
Look around. What's your favorite thing about the Gilmore School?
I like to play Play-Doh.
Play-Doh seems to be very popular here, Miss Rigger. Yeah. I like Play-Doh too.
I play with it at my daycare.
Really?
Does Mommy let you play with it at home?
I don't really like buy.
You have to be careful with Play-Doh at home.
Why? Yeah, because my mom won't let you play Play-Doh if you made it on the floor.
That's right. You have to have a special spot for the Play-Doh at home.
Like a table.
That's
Or this.
That's right.
At my daycare, sometimes I use it on trays.
That's a great.
It'll dry out if you don't
does.
put it in.
It does.
Okay, so what's your favorite thing about the Gilmore School?
I like doing the dinosaur march.
The dinosaur march? We have a dinosaur march. Does everyone participate in the dinosaur march?
Trying to eat you.
Well,
Oh, there we go.
I heard today that your moms, dads are coming to school to talk to the teachers. What do you think the teachers are going to say about you today? What's
circle? My dad.
And your mom and dad are both coming?
Yeah.
And what's the teacher going to say about
put
you?
on your head.
Is going to tell you that you're doing a great job. I think that's terrific.
We get the free breakfast, we call it snack. So
Yeah.
they get
Child
always
goes in the
fresh fruit.
cafeteria.
Yep, travels in the
You bring
cafeteria.
them down.
Yep, every class
they
goes
come.
down. Every
Yeah.
class has,
Yeah.
we have a snack schedule, every class goes down for snack, which is the free breakfast. Everybody has filled out their form, so we're,
Yeah.
you know, do that whole process.
Free universal breakfast. yeah.
Exactly, and we always have fresh fruit, yogurt, maybe a little mini bagel, breakfast bars, cereal, juice, milk every day. And then
Wow.
we have the kindergartens, obviously have the lunch, and then we have 3 full-day, substantially separate classrooms who also are here for lunch.
Okay.
So there's about 110 children who come for lunch every
Yeah.
day, stay for lunch every day. But everybody's filters through all day long.
Right.
And we have our little pre-school table set up, and then we have the big kids table.
Ah,
Yeah, and believe me, if a kindergarten is acting up, maybe you need to sit at that table. I'm gonna sit at the baby table. And they turn themselves right around.
yeah, that's
No
good.
sitting at the baby table.
That's good, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you can see, the visuals. A lot of children will come with a picture of the gym in their hand.
Wow.
They'll say at class, "We're going to gym," and they hand them the visual. They come here and they put it here, so that they know they're
At
going
the
to gym.
gym.
And it's always
Yeah.
language, like talking,
Yeah.
talking, and that's what all the studies show. We need
Right.
to talk to our children.
Yeah.
Oral language development. So they'll bring their picture, they put it up here, we're going to gym, and then they'll come back and the gym is finished and turn it over. It's done. So then they know. Now we're moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And our gym is a little bit different than we don't play.
Yeah.
Occupational therapy. Children come in here in small groups, 2 or 3 at a time. Karen also has a big feeding program. We have children who have some severe feeding issues, some sensory issues. So all that comes in. We just had a parent in here the other day working with the OT, demonstrating how to feed her child. Her child has some, a lot of motor planning issues around feeding. So it all happened right here. We were all sitting around working with the parent. It was great. And then these are the carts. They push into classrooms too. So there might be some therapy
yeah.
here, but then she takes all her materials and pushes into a classroom. She's sitting at a table with peers and children with disabilities, so everybody benefits from the service delivery.
And it's interesting because, we certainly know about fine and gross motor skills, but when I hear you talk about the feeding, there's so many other things that the
Absolutely.
occupational
Yeah,
therapist will
and
do.
that's why the swing is here. Some children who they're not regulated.
Yeah.
Their bodies, sensory-wise, are not regulated. We call
Yeah.
them dysregulated.
Yeah.
And that impacts everything they do.
Yeah.
So we use something like a swing to get them regulated.
Wow.
Because they can't process the sensory information that's coming into their bodies.
Right. Yeah.
Now, this here is,
A board maker,
Right,
which is
okay.
wonderful software. You might see staff with clips on their belts.
so these are for kids developing language skills.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's for transitions. A lot of kids have a hard time moving from one area to another. We have some children who might flop a little bit, and we have we're walking, we're standing, we're pointing to pictures, we're constantly pointing to pictures here. All the visual representations are wonderful. So you come here, you build your foundation, good play skills, good habits, coming to school every day,
Yeah.
and then they move on to kindergarten.
And as far as the Brockton Public Schools, what a great entry point for parents. And I know we're going to continue to have the discussion we've had
Right.
about, the preschool opportunities.
Right.
We've got some space issues, but needless to say, that is important. The earlier that we get children
Right.
in, whether they're peers, it really makes a difference for their foundation for
All the
future.
studies are showing that.
Right. I think it's, as you say, the financial challenges, the space challenges, but I do think there's a joint commitment between both the superintendent and the school committee to create more public school seats for 4-year-olds, because we just know how important it is that the
Get them in
earlier we
school.
can get kids started, that the better they're going to do down the road. So that's something that we talk about all the time, and we're going to figure out a plan how to get that done over the course of the next few years.
We'd welcome more children, more spaces.
Yeah.
Early childhood is really, it's the foundation, it's the way to go. But we
So-
we have great support from the city and from the school department. It's a great place.
Hey Brockton, I'm on a mission to strengthen our city by helping every business in Brockton get online. 97% of internet users look for goods and services online, but 58% of businesses don't have a website. Businesses that are online are expected to grow 40% faster and are twice as likely to create jobs. That's huge for small businesses and huge for Brockton. So join me and let's get our city's businesses online, because stronger businesses build a stronger Brockton, and the web can help. Let's go, Brockton. Get your business online. Hi, I'm Bill Carpenter, Mayor of the City of Brockton. It's been a long, tough winter. As we welcome the arrival of spring, we are also faced with the appearance of potholes. Due to the snow, ice, and freezing temperatures, this will be a particularly tough season. That's why I have established the Mayor's Pothole Hotline and the Mayor's Pothole Response Team. Residents can now report potholes directly to us by calling 508-897-1306. Again, that's 508-897-1306. I've created a pothole response team to respond to these reports. We'll be working as hard as we can to repair potholes as soon as we can. Please know that we are assigning all available personnel and resources to tackling the pothole problem. If you're aware of a potentially dangerous pothole, please report it to us at 508-897-1306. Please know that we are expending all available personnel and resources to tackling the pothole problem. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation.
We're here with Mayor Bill Carpenter. Very insightful conversation so far. We do have more questions to
We've
ask.
got a lot of ideas. We're just getting started. I think that I'm working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes you haven't seen come out yet. I mean, I have a challenge to hold the line on taxes. And you're seeing some of the things start to come out now. At City Council this week, we announced that we're going to start selling off some of the surplus properties that the city's acquired over the years, so we can turn that into money.
The revitalization of the city is very important, not only for our current generation, but also the ones coming up.
Funny, because we talked a little bit about arts off the air.
Yes.
And what's really interesting is that when you look at some cities that have had some success, it's by mixing arts and business together. And people that are creative artistically can also be very successful entrepreneurs, because it's a lot of the same creative thinking goes into both.
I actually want to touch base on the 10-point plan. We read through it and we seen some points we liked and some we had some misconceptions with. But there was an actual term that you used in one of the points that a lot of people brought up to us, and they wanted to be addressed. So we're just wondering if you could
Ask
elaborate
me.
on the term. What did you mean by when you said urban terrorist? People
Sure.
are looking for what's the definition?
Yep. Well, I think an urban terrorist is someone who lives in a neighborhood who makes the other people who live in the neighborhood feel unsafe to be able to go outside their own door or let their kids play in their own yard or in front of their own house. So in my mind, that's people that are carrying illegal guns and are not afraid to use them or have poor judgment to use them, and people who are selling drugs. And because drugs are killing this country, young people in this city, in this country, are being poisoned by drugs every day. Half the time people get shot, it's not the ones who are being shot at, it's someone else that's in the background that is innocently hit by a bullet. We've had gunfire in the city for 4 nights in a row. Proactively developing young people who are coming out. So my theory is, if the pool of this year's Brockton High graduating class is the pool of people who will be teachers 4 years from now, then what better way to get a teaching staff that eventually reflects the community than to hire the future teachers out of the community. And so I still want the best and the brightest. I just want the best and the brightest out of the pool of people who live here.
Right.
And try to then provide help to young people to come back and be a teacher. So that's one thing I think I can
I
work.
wanted to ask, like, you know, who was your favorite hip hop artist?
J. Cole.
J. Cole. Wow. Round of applause for Bill Carpenter. And what's your reason?
What do you think? 'Cause I'm a 57-year-old white guy. I don't know who J. Cole is.
Exactly.
Recently, we held the annual Mayor's Youth Summit at Brockton High School. The Mayor's Youth Summit gives young adults from across the city an opportunity to speak directly to me and express their concerns, their thoughts, and their ideas regarding the future of our city. It was my first Mayor's Youth Summit, and I was really impressed with the thoughtfulness and the challenging questions that I was presented with. First of all, thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate the involvement of you guys. They tell me this is the biggest turnout we've ever had for the Youth Summit, and it's my first one, so that makes me feel really good, and I'm glad you're all here. I'm going to try to answer a few of these concerns right now, and then I'll promise to get back to you on the rest of them. So cleaning the parks is absolutely on the agenda. I want the parks back being used as parks and not being used for some of the things they're being used for right now. So we are going to put some money into the parks. In the long run, my plan is to have us start making money on the golf course and take the money we make on the golf course and use it to fix up the parks and the playgrounds, so that way the golf course benefits everyone in the city. But in the short run, we are going to get them cleaned up this year. Someone mentioned about one of the suggestions was around Brockton After Dark and having more things to do. Well, we are going to begin a version of Brockton Before Dark this summer for younger kids ages 7 to 12 for half a day during the day. 5 playgrounds we're going to open this year, half days during the summer. Summer jobs for college students as counselors. A safe place for kids 7 to 12 to go. A bus ride over to the pool to jump in the pool for an hour on a hot summer day, and a free lunch. So we are going to reclaim the parks and playgrounds. We're going to begin using them this summer, and we're going to take them all back. The March Madness basketball, my guys that set that up did a great job. So I think we're trying to figure out the details right now. We want to do the same thing for the month of June. So we've got that going on in the month of June before Brockton After Dark comes in for the summer. So watch for the announcements. We're going to have Saturday night basketball again for the month of June. All right, so we are listening to that. We saw the great involvement. We want to do more of it. Potholes. They're not my fault. It's my defense. I will tell you that we set up the pothole hotline. We've had 150 potholes reported. Every single pothole that's been reported has been fixed. We still have a lot more to go. We're probably going to spend about $1 million fixing potholes, believe it or not, when we're done. But the governor yesterday signed a bill that's going to send some money back to cities and towns for pothole repairs. So we do have some more money coming, and we will continue to fix the potholes until we get them all patched. We don't have money for new roads, but we will fix the potholes. And we are going to redo West Elm Street. So everyone who's worried about West Elm Street, that funding is approved. All right? So West Elm Street will get done. Hey, Brockton. I'm on a mission to strengthen our city by helping every business in Brockton get online. 97% of internet users look for goods and services online, but 58% of businesses don't have a website. Businesses that are online are expected to grow 40% faster and are twice as likely to create jobs. That's huge for small businesses and huge for Brockton. So join me and let's get our city's businesses online, because stronger businesses build a stronger Brockton, and the web can help. Let's go, Brockton. Get your business online. Hi, I'm Bill Carpenter, Mayor of the City of Brockton. It's been a long, tough winter. As we welcome the arrival of spring, we are also faced with the appearance of potholes. Due to the snow, ice, and freezing temperatures, this will be a particularly tough season. That's why I have established the Mayor's Pothole Hotline and the Mayor's Pothole Response Team. Residents can now report potholes directly to us by calling 508-897-1306. Again, that's 508-897-1306. I've created a pothole response team to respond to these reports. We'll be working as hard as we can to repair potholes as soon as we can. Please know that we are assigning all available personnel and resources to tackling the pothole problem. If you're aware of a potentially dangerous pothole, please report it to us at 508-897-1306. Please know that we are expending all available personnel and resources to tackling the pothole problem. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. This week we began a public safety tour of the city's elderly high-rises. Chief Hayden and I visited the Caffrey Towers to give the residents there an opportunity to meet the new police chief and also speak directly to the chief and I regarding their concerns.
My privilege today to introduce to you our new mayor and our new chief. I just want to give you one of my observations. I've had an opportunity to work with the mayor on a couple of items. I have never seen a person with so much energy, so much enthusiasm, and I can see it in this room. So without further ado, Mayor Carpenter.
Thank you. Well, it's great to see everybody here this afternoon, and I thank you so much for coming out. I have a couple reasons for the visit today. The first reason is that when I came through here last fall, when I was running for mayor, I promised everyone that if we were fortunate enough to win, that we would be back, and we'd be back on a regular basis. So that's part of the reason we're here today, so that you have an opportunity to speak to me and express any concerns that you have here in the city. The number one reason I'm here today, so I've been mayor for 3 months now, just over 3 months. And it's been a very busy and hectic 3 months. But I can tell you easily, the best decision I've made is when I hired Bob Hayden to be the chief of police, because this guy is changing the city and taking back the keys to the city. Just pick up the Enterprise almost any day, and you'll read about the latest arrests that have been made. And I'm going to let him talk about public safety, but he's made dramatic changes already, and I'm going to keep him as our chief of police for as long as I possibly can, because I don't think there's any more issue facing our city today more important than safety and reducing crime and making our neighborhoods safe once again. And that's why we're here. So I'm going to let the chief speak to you for a few moments. We'll take questions. If you have concerns you want to raise, that's why the chief is here today, to listen to your concerns, and we'll address them. But I'll tell you that we have more visibility, more force out on the streets than we've had in a long time. The chief has instituted some great plans. He's targeted the most dangerous people in the city, and with the support of 180 Brockton police officers, he's getting them off the streets every day. So please welcome Chief Bob Hayden.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today. And I'm actually with people I admire and like more than most other groups, the senior community.
That's because you're part of it.
You just stole my line.
Speak for yourself.
The reason for that is because I'm one of you. And being one of you guys, I know what it feels like to get up in the morning with a cranky back or whatever. And I think that there's two groups that need to be protected more stringently than most others in the world. That's little bitty kids, and that's us when we get a little older. That is why I am the man that the mayor's, with the mayor's, after collaboration with the mayor, that brought Officer Gaucha back where he belongs. More people call the station looking for this guy than anything I've ever seen. And we realized that he was a valuable asset to you and a friend and a guardian, and he's back where he belongs. And that means we have an additional control person in your midst. The mayor's calling me all the time. You won't stop. What are you doing about the seniors? I am one. Would you stop bothering me? So we're not going to forget you. We're here to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. You know, it's funny, there's been a little discussion about me appointing a 71-year-old guy to be the, I'm going to get to that, interim chief of police. So they were criticizing me, saying we couldn't have a 71-year-old chief of police, so we've solved that because the chief had a birthday the day before yesterday, and now he's 72. And one of the counselors said that even Superman can't run the police department 960 hours a year. And I'm going to suggest she needs to get to know the chief a little bit better, because he is Superman and he can run the police department by himself. So we're here to listen to the concerns. The chief has put a high priority on your safety. We want all the residents in the city to be safe, but particularly we want our senior citizens to be able to go to the bus stop, go to the store, not be in fear, come out of your door in the evening, and that's why we have these fine officers assigned to the housing authority. That's why the chief has increased the staffing up to 3 officers from the 2 that we had, and we're all accessible and ready to listen and address any of your concerns. So drug dealers, prostitutes, whatever it is, we're going to get them out of your life, and that's the chief's mission. So please feel free to speak to us. Please feel free to provide information to the three of our finest assigned to the Housing Authority properties. And we're here to help you, and the chief is here to protect you. And all you have to do is give us the information, give us the concerns, and I promise we've got some great people that will respond and will take care of you. Okay? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your lunch. Enjoy George Capaldo. I'm going to be back during the summertime with ice cream. I told her we're coming back. So next time, I'm bringing ice cream sundaes during the summer, okay? I'll be back during the summer with ice cream. That just about does it for this week's edition of Sioux City Scoop with Mayor Bill Carpenter. Be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mayor Bill Carpenter. You can also catch Sioux City Scoop every week here on BCA Channel 12. Hey, we'll wind up this week's show with a performance by Travis Ross at the Mayor's Youth Summit.
Opportunities, climbing ladders and stepping as we climb to the top. We shall learn more than a lesson like how knowledge is power, and we gain it by the hour. Don't be scared to take the chances, no such thing as a coward. Believe in what you want and progress yourself outward into the world, pushing up, not downward. All we need is motivation and dedication, despite